Hi, and welcome back to the Omnitas Spectrum. Today, me and Thomas are back here yet again to talk you through the latest updates of Monday.com. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hi, Thomas, and welcome back to the hot seat.
Thank you.
Today, I thought we should go through the latest updates on Monday.com, and we haven't done this for a bit, so we're actually in the last rungs of last year, actually.
Yeah, we're recapping from November.
And there have been many small updates in that period, which are very important or very much wanted, I believe. But I thought we'd hop into it.
Yeah, and first of all, we have expanded capabilities for sub-items and custom automations.
Yeah.
Where sub-items can actually trigger automations in a totally different way. So status change on a sub-item can now trigger an automation. Same kind of actions afterwards. I believe that still, like, if you trigger on sub-item level, you're kind of stuck there for the automation right now. I don't think there's a lot of like sub-item to main item.
Not too many, I believe. So then you're basically into going either through the API or one of the apps for many of the cases. So not all of them, but for many of them. And staying on the sub-item, also, we actually got the hide column feature for sub-items, which was a small thing, but big impact, basically.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's everybody probably has a bunch of like supporting columns just to help reporting or workflow wise that really are not important from the day to day, but they still need to have that data points in. So being able to remove them from the view, making sure it just makes it tidier and also avoids the risk of someone messing with them, even with the column level permissions, of course. So it's a great thing. It's a huge quality of life.
Yeah. Also, the activity log for the automation actually got a revamp. I think some people might have seen also they got a new pop-up and stuff like that when things actually happened.
It's one of the major pillars Monday's driving, reliability. So they're tracking very much like failed automation executions. They have a 0% policy, of course. I think the latest number was like 99.98 or 99 successful automations or something like that. So even if we can sometimes feel like things are not happening because of the volume of automations happening every hour, every day, even if we have one that doesn't trigger, could be just that it's delayed, actually. So it actually does trigger, but also even if I think everybody at some point feel like, oh my God, this automation has not triggered properly, but it still becomes 99.99% success rate with the volume of automations there is.
Because there are millions upon millions of automations going on.
Yeah.
And continuing on, we had some more actions and details in the automation builder coming online also towards the end of November.
Yes, it's mostly about insight, right? So there's a new header and sidebar for more information spreading. So it's more about like understanding and better being up to date. You also have improved automations, integration usage and stuff like that. So the usage window has changed with more insights.
They updated those pages. You basically get more information. You can see what you and your team have been doing, basically. And automations now can be assigned to a team.
Not just as a team. The big thing that happened in the end of November is we actually for the first time have an automation that can deal with the board owners.
Yeah.
Which we don't have board level automations. We usually have item level automations. So this one, what it does, it allows you to assign owners to a board, which is very good if you automatically create private boards.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, it's when you create a board from a template. So let's say that you have a person column in your project overview. You can automatically assign those people in that column as board owners once the detailed low-level project board is created through one of the automation triggers.
Awesome. Last thing of November was an expansion of the filtering capabilities of Monday, and I think that this actually came much down to the creation log, basically, or the the update column, right? So you can actually filter on the dates from that now.
It's really funny with the creation log and the last updated. So the last updated obviously is who updated it and when, and you only been able to basically filter on the person, not the date. So it looks like a date column if you just turn it into that, but this is like, I think the last updated column has existed since 2019, and it's first now that we can actually fully utilize it as a filter variable. Creation log even further, which is interesting because, especially if you do like lead management, we have to still, in the past, we needed an automation to set an actual date column to see how old was the lead, because the creation log could only filter on who created the item, which was the automation from the form. It's a huge thing that's been lacking for a long time, so I'm really glad they added it.
Yeah, but yet again, small thing, big impact. And I think that was kind of November in a nutshell. Small things, comforts of life, but actually really important things coming on. So moving into December, you could finally start actually duplicating your questions.
That's nice.
Yeah, which was nice because before that you always had to add a new one, instead of just duplicating something. So that's of course yet again, small, but it makes for a cleaner workflow, right?
So we have improved dashboard performance with MondayDB. So they load a matter of seconds, and it will run much smoother.
This is a part of the whole MondayDB kind of thing going on now for a couple of years, actually. So we will see improvements all the time. Or continuously, rather.
The way I've understood it, that everything will be transferred over automatically, but in that transition period at least, I had a pop-up at certain times in a dashboard saying like, hey, do you want to move this dashboard over to the new infrastructure?
Okay.
And you had like the ability to opt in, and then it just reloaded the dashboard, and it was quicker. But I haven't seen one. I only seen one once in one account, so hopefully everything is already migrated.
Fingers crossed. And then they added keyboard navigation for the home page as well. And I'm going to be frank here, I very seldom myself use the home page.
And also like keyboard navigation, screen reading is all part of the accessibility initiatives. So we have those VCAA level 2, level 3 certificates that every SaaS service vendor is chasing. And there's also like government organizations are required to have a lot of these accessibility things.
Yeah, and I think it's actually written into EU law now as well, so they actually have to.
It's a journey, right? So Monday has a roadmap of how to achieve that capability. It's not uncomplicated. The most difficult has to be like the screen reader. Like, how do you read a Monday board? Do you read it right to left or top to bottom?
True.
So obviously, this is one of the challenges with being an agile, very flexible platform.
I think they're really striving for it and to be best of class, like with so much other things. But I think this is also where we will see a continuous development of things coming on. We're in mid-December right now. We had some GitHub stuff, I know.
So Monday dev updates with GitHub. So GitHub integration flow on the item card view as part of integrations, but also sub-items can now also be connected to GitHub integrations.
That's good because it really offers you more flexibility in how to build. You're not so constrained, so you can really, in true Monday fashion, go your own way and then just have it work, right?
Oh, definitely.
Then there were some more accessibility improvements. I think that came more to the administrations page.
So there's keyboard navigation in the admin panel now as well.
So basically same as the discussion we had, just another area where it was added or updated. And then we have the board discussions.
So I mean, do you remember like 3 years ago when they tried out the board chat?
Oh yeah, unfortunately I do.
So this is very differently because this is not a chat. They're using the update/comment/talkie function, depending on what you call it, right? Officially, it's called updates. Most people probably call it comments. So it will be literally the same infrastructure, the same visuals, only the update section in question is not belonging to an item, it's belonging to the board itself.
I think it's really, really good because if you have a specific project board, you want to talk about the project as a whole, it's a nice place.
Yeah, I mean, that would be where I would make like a project update or something like that. And I think the fact that we had this in work docs, where you can comment on document level or comment on individual parts of the document, has led the way to this being possible in another way. So I think that's where it's coming from, at least.
Completely true. And that was actually what rounded off 2023. So those were the last updates, but we're already into January. So on the day of recording, so what are we on the 21st today?
We're on the 21st, but there really hasn't been that many updates yet, so maybe we'll save them. But there's one thing we need to talk about. It's not on Monday.com what's new. It's actually only been posted in the Facebook group. Monday.com service is officially in alpha, and they're looking for alpha clients to help them shape the development of the product.
The services product, that is basically the ITSM product of Monday.
Yes.
So basically going head to head with Freshdesk and...
There actually is a nice little 1.5 minute video. So we're going to put the link in the description, but also add it afterwards here. So people should stick along and check out this teaser for the alpha.
And with that, I think we are done for today. So for now, have a good one.
Hi and welcome to Monday Service. Monday Service is a dedicated solution to help you manage your ticketing workflows. Whether you need a more efficient process to manage your IT support team's work, including ticketing, incidents, employee lifecycle, and more, or if you need to capture service requests coming in from the other departments within your organization, such as legal, procurement requests, creative, and more, then Monday Service is the right solution for you. Simply connect your channels and start receiving tickets directly on the Monday board. We're excited to announce the release of the alpha version of the Monday Service product, and we're looking to work directly with a select number of customers to be our design partners and share their feedback that will help shape the future of this product. To join the alpha group, please use the form below.